Hey everybody, welcome back to the Inner Ivy. My name's Charles Ivy, but since we're all friends, you guys can call me Chuckles. Let's talk a little bit about yesterday. I posted that video this morning. So it was a rough day for me. I was super tired yesterday, and I made that decision to take that day off, and that what I like to call a snake diet Sabbath day. Take a little break and just take some time off for myself and rest. And it had been a long week, and I've been doing a lot, so I got some good rest in yesterday. So I appreciate you guys who've watched my video and stuck with me through that, encouraged me through that. I did need that time, and I appreciate you guys letting me take it, really. So today, as promised, we're going to talk about where I'm at now and how I got to where I'm at now. So I don't want to do that sitting down. The whole point of this thing is for us to all stand up together and stand for something. And today I'm going to stand up and tell you guys about what led me here, where I'm at currently, and what I'm doing currently, and how that all came to be. So where we left off 2 days ago, we were talking about the Carnivore Diet and Dr. Sean Baker, and I linked that video for you guys. So we were talking about that a couple days ago, and that's where we left you. So I was in the middle of a carnivore diet, and I had also started incorporating OMAD. I'd heard some things about intermittent fasting, and there were some good things about that. And that's the beauty about all this, is you can learn all these things and incorporate them in a way that fits into your lifestyle. So I decided, I suffer from a food addiction. I don't want to deal with food as little as possible. Not necessarily to run away from food, but to limit the opportunity I have for failure. I wanted to give it my all, and I wanted to have as few black slides as possible, so I wanted to limit my opportunities for that stuff. So I decided that I was going to eat all my calories that I was going to have for the day in one meal a day, and that I was going to incorporate the carnivore diet into that. And when I refed, I would eat meat and animal products when I ate every day. So I started doing a carnivore one a day refeed, and weight started coming back off a little bit, started to drop a little bit, and I would notice something that, when I was going without food, I felt good. I wasn't getting hungry. I wasn't really, when it came time for my meal every day, I was like, what is this about? I'd heard some stuff about intermittent fasting, and then I decided to just start looking up, fasting in general. And I started reading about some prolonged fasting, and came across Dr. Fung, Jason Fung, I think is his name. If I remember correctly, I'll link a video for you that I watched from him. But I watched the video on fasting, and what he said to me, it really made a lot of sense. So I just started, in my typical fashion, I started deep diving into fasting and taking a look at everything I could find on fasting and what effects it has on the body and stuff. And I came across a YouTube channel called The Snake Diet. And when I came across the first video, I clicked on the first video, and the first words out of this man's mouth were, "Hey, fatty." And it didn't sound as nice as I just gave it to you. Yeah. But he was like, "Hey, fatty." And I was like, man, in the back of my head, I was like, yeah, what's going on? You talking to me? Like, you talking to me? Yeah, I think you're talking to me. So I continued watching his videos, a lot of his videos, and just decided then and there it was something I thought I could do. I wanted to eat big and fast long. I started out, a couple of his videos in the early stages were talking about, the 72-hour fast, and to fast as long as you can. So I started out, and I fasted, my very first fast was 11 days. I did the snake juice fast for 11 days in the beginning, and I lost a ton of weight, and I came off of it and I was happy about losing a ton of weight, and I backslid and I fell off. I gave myself some slack. I took some of the importance out of it, some of the urgency out of it, because I felt like I was losing all this weight, and I wasn't hungry during the 16 days. So I took a little bit of my focus off of the diet and started, giving myself more opportunities to cheat and to eat, and didn't follow everything. And it was me falling back into the same routines that I had done 1,000 times before, and that's when I discovered, it was right around I went through Christmas and I went through Thanksgiving. I put back on a lot of the weight that I had lost. So far, my lowest while I was doing the snake diet was 560 pounds. And that was November 14th, before Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's hit. And the trap that we fall into. These things, food and these things kind of go hand in hand. So I gave into, my old ways. But I just kept watching those videos from Cole Robinson over there at the snake diet, and he just the way he spoke, the honesty he would speak with, it was abrasive, and a lot of people with softer hearts than mine, I guess, can't take it, but I could take it, and I needed something like that to push me through. So, man, thanks, Cole. We're doing this, man. Like I'm doing this, and I appreciate the encouragement that you gave and give to me. Cole became my coach, and that's where we're at now. He became the coach of my fasting schedule. I live in America. He lives in Canada, but he's still inspiring me from a distance. So I started on the snake diet, and I went through Christmas and all that, and my wife and I, we don't make New Year's resolutions. We decide on a word that we want to focus on for the year. And this year, my word was commitment, because I have a problem not committing to people or the things in my life that I love, but committing to my journey and my success and my weight loss. When it comes to myself, I really have a problem I really struggle with committing to things that I want to do for myself. So I decided that, I was gonna make some commitments and stick to them. And I committed to standing up and to losing this weight. And right now, so we'll get to that. We'll get to what I'm doing right now, because I know a lot of people have been waiting for that. It's been a week. So we'll go ahead and jump into that. Right now, I am on the 3-4 fasting schedule, which basically is 72-hour fast. I refeed on Tuesday, and then I do a 96-hour fast and refeed on Saturday. After the 72-hour fast, I like to keep my calories around 3,000 to 4,000. Puts me 3,000 to 3,800, about 1,000 to 1,200 calories per day if you break it out for every day fasted on my refeeds. And then on Saturdays, I like to do around 4,000 calories. And that's just because of the data I've collected all along and how my body reacts on the scale, and, what I can do. But I'm still experimenting, That's the beauty of all of the diet programs, especially this one, that if you need to sculpt them to how you need them to fit your lifestyle, figure it out. You have your aha moment. This is something I came up with during my journey. You got to figure out your aha moment, which is take your age and your weight and your eating habit, your eating schedule, and your height and your activity level, and you figure out all that information and how you think you can handle it, what you think you could stick to, and you figure out how many calories or what you have to eat or what you can't eat to to live in that schedule and still maintain your goals. And it's about adapting, and it's about change, and weight loss is going to be an everlasting thing for me. It will be something that I deal with for the rest of my life. But it's about finding something that I can have as a lifestyle worth living for the rest of my life, you know? And right now I keep my macros, you know, in the keto range when I refeed, just because I know how bread affects me and how pasta affects me and the different things that it's done to my body. And I've seen that on the scale. So I've eliminated those things from my life. But will I ever eat them again? Absolutely. And will I ever enjoy, you know, a piece of birthday cake on my birthday again? Absolutely. Those things and those moments in time are not going to define my journey, and they shouldn't define yours either. So with that being said, I'm getting pretty tired. So I'm going to sit down. I don't want to wear myself out. I have decided going forward that I am going to, every Saturday will be a sit down session where you guys can ask me questions. I'll answer them on that day. If you ask them during the week, you know, maybe once I get enough subscribers, we'll do it live for you. But I'm going to just relax on Saturdays, and I'm going to take it easy, and I'm going to heal my body from the week, because that's just what I need right now. So, but I am starting a new series as part of my channel, and it's going to be the Stand Up and Do Something. And it's not enough to just stand up and say what you're standing for, you know? Yeah, we're gonna lose weight standing, but that's not the point. We wanna get to be our healthiest selves. And so from now on, I'm going to, when I get done recording this video, I'm gonna try to make them a little shorter for you. It'll be more a recap of, you know, what's going on yesterday. But at the end of it, I want to go out into the world, go out into my yard, go out into my home, and do things that I have not done in, you know, decades or ever in my life. So I look forward to doing that, making some videos, including that content for you as a different playlist on my channel. So that's where I'm at right now. It's been a week. I've been standing for a week. We've talked about my life, and anything that you guys want to know more about or have any questions about, leave them in the comments section below, and we'll get to those. We can save them for Saturdays, or I'll get to them, you know, in my recaps. But I really, really love hearing from you guys and all the encouragement. It really means a lot to me. I really, truly mean that. And I just hope that you guys follow and subscribe and click that bell notification so you can follow along with this journey. Stay tuned after the video. I'm gonna do a little time lapse of what I stood up and did today. And we'll get this ball rolling, all right? So remember, stand up, take a stand for yourself, or figure it out, whatever you're standing for. And once you figure it out and you get yourself grounded, you figure out what your purpose is, go out and do something about it. All right, I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you stopping by. I'll see you then. That's all for today. See you guys tomorrow.